Hi, this is Dave Soldano from American Photo Tricks, and this is just a short video showing you how to capture a panoramic image in the field. We're going to be capturing one this weekend at our Cottonwood Pass photo workshop, and we want everybody to know how to do it. And of course, you can also capture these. We do these a lot at all of our other workshops too. So knowing how to capture this in a field is going to be a good skill to have. So let's start with camera settings. The camera settings, you're going to be in manual mode for all panoramic images. The reason why is as you move, you have it in something like aperture priority. As you move across the panorama, things can change. Things like white balance and your focus and different things can change. And if they do, then your panoramic software can have a real difficult time putting things together, putting them together. For example, white balance. White balance should be a standard white balance that goes with whatever your settings are. In this case, let's see, we'll put it on cloudy because that's kind of what it is. So, and then that way the white balance is going to be the same throughout. If you forget and leave it on auto white balance, I'll show you how to fix that in post-processing. But the rest of these things you got to have right. Now, obviously, you're going to want to look for that section of the panorama that provides the biggest exposure challenge. In other words, has the greatest contrast or maybe brights. In that case, I'm just doing a panorama in my backyard here. Right over there where those clouds are hot is where I'm at. So I'm going to go with ISO 100. I like f16 simply for the depth. And looks like 1/10 of a second is going to be what I need. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and once I get this I'm going to show you how to get this on the tripod here. But once I get it on the tripod, then I'm going to do my focus and I'm going to lock it in. Again, this is something that has to be the same throughout, because if the focus changes a little bit as you move, then when you go to put your images together in post, it can create these odd lines and things in the sky that are really kind of ugly and they're almost impossible to get rid of. So then let's talk about the tripod. You've got to, in order to have a good panorama, you've got to level your base. Now me, I do a lot of panoramas, so I went ahead and invested in one of these leveling bases where all I have to do is loosen it, then put the little bubble right in the circle there, and my base is level. But now if you don't happen to have a leveling base, and a lot of people don't, another thing you can do is set up your tripod, try and make sure with your eye that this is as straight up and down as possible. Then look at your level and just move your sticks in just a little bit, like here and there, and move until that bubble is right in that center. That's just an easier way to do it than fumbling with your legs. But if you do a lot of panos, I highly recommend investing in one of these leveling bases. Now another thing here that I don't like to do panoramas in landscape mode like this. And a lot of people, that's what they instantly go to when it comes to panoramas. But the fact is, what happens when you do that is it creates a very skinny panorama, and it's boring to look at. And if you like to share things online, it looks like this tiny little line that people really don't ever get a chance to see the detail of. So I always do panoramas in portrait mode. And in this case, I have an L bracket on my camera, and what that does is allows me to keep the sensor here pretty lined up with my as it moves. As you can see it moving like that. So there's not a lot of movement there. But again, if you don't happen to have an L bracket, you can put your camera like this. Just turn it sideways. Then make sure you're level and turn it like this. And that'll work fine. But if anything is, much closer on one part of the panorama than another part of the panorama, and you're moving like this, it can create some real challenges for your software to stitch together. It can also create some kind of weird perspective problems that can make your panorama look weird. So these L brackets are not expensive, and if you do a lot of panoramas, again, something I think you might really need. Once your sticks are level, then your camera has to be level too. And I'll show you why having the sticks be level is so important. So I'm going to go back to my portrait mode here, because that's the way I like to do it. Right there. If your sticks aren't level, and let's say they're not here, let's make me off level a little bit, then even if I level my camera here, like that, then as I move, the panorama is going to go like this. It's going to go sideways, and when you go to stitch it together, you're going to lose a lot of it, and your horizon is going to be really crooked. When you try and straighten out, you're going to wind up with one of those skinny, very uninteresting panoramas again. So both your sticks and your camera has to be level. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. And then, all right, we're finally ready to shoot. And of course, always helps to have a shutter release to get a nice, steady, very clean image. So now I'm ready to get my focus. I'm going to look at my focus at a point that's mid-range at f/16. I don't really have to worry about it. I don't have anything too close here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to get my focus, just like that. And then once I have it, then I'm going to switch to manual. You guys all know how to do that. And now I'm in manual focus, so as I move, I'm good to go. Alright, so now it's time to shoot. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick, so if you can zoom in there, you can see the shed right there. That'll be on this side, and I'll take, there you go, I'll take my picture. And if you're wondering what that red is, with Sony I have a feature called depth of field mapping, and what it does is it highlights the sections that are in focus for me, which helps with me because I don't have the best eyes. So now I'm going to move to where I'm going to pick something about a third of the way in the direction that I'm panning into the frame, and I'm just going to look at that. In this case it's going to be maybe that section where that little tree is right there, and now I'm just going to turn and I'm going to put that on the other 1/3 right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take my picture. Now I'm going to find another thing about 1/3, and here it's going to be that skinny aspen tree, and I'm going to move it to the other third of my panorama. And I take that picture. Again, I'm looking for another thing, 1/3. Now it's going to be that tall aspen tree, and I'm going to move it right over there and take my other panorama. And so what will happen is, then, I'll do a post-processing video where I'll show you how to merge those all together and post-process them, and hopefully everything's going to come out really good. We're going to be, there's going to be about 15 of us at Cottonwood Pass, all trying to shoot a really cool panorama of the Milky Way. So we're all going to need to know how to shoot our panorama and get it done pretty quickly, because we're only going to be able to shoot about 3 people, maybe 4 people at a time, because as you pan, obviously people are going to be getting in your way. So everybody's going to have to know how to shoot their panorama, get their panorama done, and let the next group in. So now, hopefully everybody knows how to shoot their panorama, and we can have a good time on the top of Cottonwood Pass. See you there.